Is my future beautiful? It's very nice to prove that you're from the future. This is the first time a man appeared in life. She's the complete opposite of her strangeness. In the eyes of a man full of love. It seems to have been with her for a long time. If you wait a little longer, you'll see me disappear. But they're new. Is like some kind of hunch. She seems a little attached to the distant man. The strange man gently comforts. Say you'll come again and again. Nice to meet you, sunshine. The warmth shone on her tender face. She doesn't know yet. There's a man 10 years older than you in front of you.
Makes you willing to wait your whole life.
Harry is an unintentional time traveler. Because every time he travels, you can't bring clothes. What's more serious is, you can't control the time and place of travel. The only thing that can be determined most of the people I met on my travels. They all play an important role in your life. There are currently 2 such people. This is one of them. As the number of meetings increases, they became familiar with each other. Claire usually prepares clothes for Henry. When I come in front of you, give me a good chicken leg. Tell me about your recent joys or sorrows. And Henry doesn't see you as a child. I always listen seriously, then gently offer advice and comfort. One day, Claire asked me if I was married. Are you married? Do you love her? Do you love her? I collect my eyes. Claire didn't say anything anymore. She just bows silently, cleaning the dishes on the ground. You are angry because the bride is not you. But Claire didn't notice. When I saw her reaction, Harry had a smile on his face. Such companionship lasted for 12 years. Until Claire was 18, Henry appeared with a sad face. I don't know why. I'm sorry, and then Claire stole the first kiss of her life. From then on, Henry didn't show up, but their fate was already determined. 2 years later at a library, Claire saw that familiar face again. Henry. What's going on? The nights and days of longing and waiting. I thought this would be a warm meeting. But what was expected was Henry's strange face. He came closer to see Henry's face. Claire was immediately relieved because Henry's clearly looking younger now. Henry is now Henry. In the same timeline as you. He's not a time traveler. But today, it was actually their first meaningful meeting. Would you like to have dinner with me? Henry liked the girl in front of him. It's also possible that she's connected to the future. That's why I agreed. Claire came to the restaurant early that night to wait, but Henry couldn't control it, and time travel again. Before going out, he's rushing into a house to find clothes. I never expected to be caught by the police on the spot. Fortunately, after being taken to the police car, he's back in time in the restaurant. Claire told Henry about how you traveled back in time when you were a kid. Between words that radiate joy and nostalgia. Maybe it's a natural feeling. Claire reached out and touched Henry. Henry did not refuse, and that night was supposed to be romantic and soothing. Claire's appearance fills Henry's loneliness. In the long line of time gone by, they quickly fall in love. So on such a sunny afternoon, Henry was determined in his heart. He's going to propose to Claire. I have to tell my dead mother about this. Who has a shoulder? The second most important role in your life. On board Henry the same as before, sitting next to a familiar woman. Even though this face I've seen countless times, but tears are still in my eyes. Sorry. My name is Henry. Is interesting. My son's name is also Henry, but he's only 3 years old. Friendly words echoing by the ear. Henry tried to control his emotions. He said he met a girl. Be with her. I can feel the peace I've never felt. Your words filled Henry with courage. I hope she can hear my voice too. Maybe one day she hear you sing. Tell her how you feel about that girl. Your son loves you very much. I know your words gave Henry courage. I send my mother away, just like you've seen me before. On that morning, Henry took out his mother's wedding ring, put on the hands of gay Henry. Are you willing to marry me? Ears rolling in my eyes. Henry's surprise marriage proposal. Clara was delighted. It turns out the guy Henry was talking about as a kid. Turns out all of your waiting was worth it. Claire has a father who loves to hunt. Before the wedding, he called Henry in front of him. Have you been hunting? I'm usually the one being chased. Their wedding was on time. As soon as the guests sit down, Harry was preparing in the room when something happened. You once again accidentally traveled. Even though Clara's brother had known. But in the face of external prompting, I also felt confused for a moment. Fortunately, Harry quickly appeared outside the window. Your hair is not as black as before.
I didn't know you had silver hair, holding my father's
In the
wrist.
eyes of family and friends, Claire walked towards the white-haired man. You know, this is not Henry. But she knew she loved all about Henry, whether you are in the past or the future. Along with the priest's oath, you finally became my wife. The party lasted until the evening, and young Henry is finally back. Do you want me to be him? But you're the one. The music's playing. They hugged each other and danced in the middle of the stage. They shine like stars in the sky. But even the stars, when the dark days come, they will be sad and hopeless. Slowly becoming dark, Henry often disappears out of control. Always leaves the house in endless loneliness. Eating rice alone. Spending Christmas alone. Cleaning the room alone. I thought it would be easy to endure the waiting. Is actually quietly exhausting the patience of the gay. And this time Henry's been missing for 2 weeks. Can we talk? What do you want to talk about? Are you uncomfortable sitting here waiting for me? What does it mean to disappear for 2 weeks? Claire, it means not knowing your husband is eating. I don't know if it's cold or warm. I don't even know his life. Such an anxious and fearful waiting. That's what Claire can't stand. But at the same time she loved him so much. So, I saw Henry sitting alone in his chair waiting for her to die. You walked slowly. Then she leaned silently beside him. She did not hesitate to forgive him. It's like Claire understands Henry also understood deeply. My wife has suffered too much for me. So with memories of traveling to the future, you won first prize at the digital window. Henry traded a big house for someone else. She even brought her brother's family to live together. Everything seems to be getting better. That day, they were preparing dinner in the kitchen. Suddenly there was a groan outside. The rust of a man. I went outside and watched Henry's head explode. I just saw myself from the future being shot down. He's lying on the ground in a broken state. I didn't have time to ask him. He quickly disappeared. The sunset was vibrant and warm. But in Henry's eyes now everything was loss of color. Claire tries to remember in addition to Henry in his 40s. You never seemed to see me older. We had children. SIO Muscle received a confirmation Henry was answer. Immediately overjoyed. Even though I know I don't live long, but at least you can see the birth of the child. It can leave a mark on your life. And your wife Claire won't be alone. But fate likes to make fun of people. Claire was having dinner that day. Suddenly she felt a strong stomach ache. Waking up from the hospital, he was told that the child was no longer alive. Unexplained loss of the child. That led Henry to come up with a bold theory. He suspected that the child could inherit the ability to travel. So he found a good professor of genetics and tell him about his situation. But the professor didn't take that seriously until I saw Henry disappear in the test machine. Then he was so amazed that he could not speak. After a period of research, the professor gave some suggestions. I hope I can help Henry and they keep their second child. But they still fail to think for wife's health. Henry suggested he could adopt a child. I want to have your baby. You listen to the doctor and you stop talking. The two of you are starting to have differences, but none of them noticed. Right behind them, a little girl is smiling at them. Worry that my wife can't stand the third shock. Henry hid it. Claire sneaks to the hospital for sterilization surgery. And then he traveled until Claire was 18. This is what in Claire's memory. The reason Henry suddenly apologized was that she came home. And then Henry told Claire all this. I went to the grass. You used it. Employ to force a girl into this trap. Why do you think I like life like this? How could such a husband quietly disappear? I don't think anyone wants that. I have a choice and you never have. Henry didn't say anything, just walked away. Claire cries softly. Actually, she never regretted meeting and marrying Henry. I just want to give you a child, even if you had a sterilization operation. Not long after, Claire Len slipped out of the house. I met Henry as a young man. They kissed passionately, reaping once again the sweet fruit of love. Claire soon became pregnant again. She told Henry honestly, you know what happened? I remember that night, in the parking lot. Not once did I come to pick you up. After a little thought, memories quickly moved to the mind. Work has come to this country. Henry could only choose to accept it. Don't you want to have a child of your own? Fortunately, the child did not have any problems this time. It's a girl. On that morning, Henry is once again traveling uncontrollably. When I wake up again, appeared naked again in the zoo's exhibit hall. He hurriedly dressed and prepared to leave. A little girl called me back to my father. Is no one else. It was the girl who smiled at them. Before that, she was Anna, Harry's future daughter. In the conversation, Harry was surprised to find out girls are not just like you. He's also a time traveler. Sometimes you can even control and location when traveling. Watch your daughter grow up. Henry's anxious mood is finally cleared, but very quickly he fell back on his memory when his father died. How old are you? It's not cool to say it. 5 years old. After coming home in Henry's eyes, I told Claire about seeing her daughter, but I've hidden the day I'm leaving. Not long after, the daughter was born healthy. The appearance of the lovely girl has made this family so noisy again. They raised their daughter together, capture every warm moment. Until my daughter's 5th birthday, Clara looked out the window. I saw a girl talking to her daughter. She asked Henry who his daughter was. They're all your daughters. Is it very strange? No, I feel amazing. The girl entered the room. She seems to be getting upset all of a sudden. Claire asked what was wrong with her. She just looked at Henry. Then she quietly returned to the room. Thanks to the woman's intuition, Claire knows that girls are sure. I heard something. So that night she asked her daughter what had happened. I'm leaving. Who told you that? NBA said. Tears immediately filled her eyes. But you can't lose your cool in front of your daughter. I can only hold you in my arms. Suddenly there was a scream in the house that night. He walked into the room and found that Henry was shaking. It turns out that he traveled to an extremely cold place. Both legs were injured by cold burns. You may be in a wheelchair for a few months. If you travel again during this time, it will be very dangerous. But things often go the opposite way. My daughter tried to teach me how to control disability by Henry Stowe Travel. Your time has come the day you leave. The ground was covered in snow. Beautiful fireworks filled the sky. Henry looked out the window. Your wife and daughter are with you. I don't live alone. Henry became more relieved after returning. You teach your daughter to unlock. Make Christmas food with your family. You and your wife broke hands. Everything happens in a natural way until the snow starts to fall outside. You intense attachment through the door into the slyly wet Henry's rule Christmas has come as expected. Henry invited all his relatives and friends. They can be with their wives. I went to see Claire's brother alone. I told her I was leaving tonight. But Claire is very sensitive. She realized what was wrong with her brother's expression. Henry, although prepared in advance. But when it really happens, Claire's still hard to accept. She's no different than Henry. She also secretly hides fear and insecurity in the heart. I can't change anything, so I can't give up. Every moment we're together. They face each other in silence. Just feel the key are close to easy to touch. Seems to be moving away. Finally, Harry is once again traveling in time. He went to a forest with a deer by his side. Suddenly the deer ran away in panic. Then there was a gunshot. The hunter came to check on his prey. But there's only a pool of bright red blood. The other is Claire's father, who loves to hunt. Henry fell to the ground in pain. I have a lot to say to my wife, but I can only say one sentence. I love you more than anything in the world. Outside the window, the fireworks sparkled and sparkled. It signals the departure of a person. It also signals the start of another wait. An afternoon 4 years later, NBA runs on the lawn where parents meet. A familiar silhouette appeared in front of Father NBA. My father knew he'd meet him. I knew. You ran home and told me I was home. But as a child, Claire excitedly ran out of the house. She walked through the forest, jumping across the sea, through the flow of time that never stops. Finally, the one you've been waiting for all your life. This moment, I finally understood. People who really love each other, never be afraid to wait. But I've been waiting for you for so long that you've never reappeared. What about you? Are you waiting for someone like that? Are you willing not to wait for someone like this? Would you rather not wait for someone like this?